What's up, Guardians? Welcome back to Weekly Strike, our all-Destiny show. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, and alongside me, as always, is Brian Anderson. It's good to be back.
Oh, it feels so good to be back.
We took a little hiatus, partially because we've been doing adult things. I went on vacation, and there wasn't really that much to stretch out a whole show. But this week we have a ton to talk about.
Yeah,
really,
a lot of stuff has happened.
It is a good week to come back. But we have to talk about the new exotics for year 2, the ones that are coming back from year 1, a few updates. But first, as always, we're just going to talk about what we've been doing in Destiny. I finally tying up the ends of quests. Finally got Chaperone today, which is freaking awesome. On the tail end of my exotic sword quest, I bought the Arc Sword today from Shaxx. So
you can buy the swords. You can
now.
buy the swords now. Yeah, that was something that came with one of the updates. I don't know when that was. A week or two ago.
Yeah, and Calcified Fragments, I'm at 40 for that Touch of Malice. I'm on the tail end of the No Time to Explain quest, and on the tail end of the Sleeper Simulant quest. So, I've got 4 or 5 exotics I could possibly get this week.
Right, well, if you want me to rate those for you, I would go Touch of Malice and Sword, or 1A, 1B. Both of those are very helpful. No Time to Explain is okay in Crucible, but not really worth an exotic slot. You can find it doesn't do you can find legendary pulse rifles, which we'll talk about pulse rifles extensively here in a little bit. It's not that great. And then Sleeper Simulant is
garbage. I know,
it's
but
exactly what you said it would be.
I know, I was right.
But it is cool to get those weapons, and it is cool that you're finally getting there, and you're so close now. But yeah, definitely want to get Touch and the sword. Exotic swords are a lot of fun.
Yeah. So Touch of Malice is going to be the first one I get. I got the Chaperone today. I turned on my console and I totally forgot that I did that quest before I went on vacation and
the Chaperone one.
Yeah, and I went to the tower today.
You'd wait for Arms Day.
Yeah.
Which happened to be today.
Yeah. So I just went to the tower just to check what was there, and I knew weapon parts, so I went and bought weapon parts. And then there's a little green square over in the hangar. I'm like, what is this? And I was like, oh yeah, I got the Chaperone today. So I went in there, picked it up.
Surprise.
And I was like, oh my gosh, and it's already almost leveled up because I had 40 modes of light I hadn't used. So
it's a great shotgun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually went and played Crucible today with it all for probably 5 matches and just kind of was like, yeah,
this is very
good.
It's
awesome.
It's a very good shotgun.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. But what about you, Brian?
Again, I've just been playing PvP. I don't really raid that much anymore. I've had my fill with that. Now they are coming out with a challenge mode, and they actually came out and talked about that a little bit. Where I think how they're gonna do it is every week, the boss, a different boss, even on normal and hard, is gonna have a different challenge, a different way to kill them. For instance, the example they kind of hinted at an example where they said if you use the single pod against Golgoroth the way that we do it, you might be in trouble. So clearly, one of the challenges is going to be maybe the pod that you take out won't come back, something like that. So that's gonna be tough for us because that's our go-to method and it works.
Yeah.
But they kind of touched on the challenge mode, so that might bring me back to the raid. But, I just played, Trials every weekend, and, I've gotten the Lighthouse, I think, 4 times now since it's come out. Not as many as I used to.
Yeah.
But I don't play it as much as I used to. But so I've gotten there 4 times now. I've gotten some really good stuff out of that chest at the end.
Yeah.
Weapon-wise. But played Iron Banner last week. Wasn't really crazy about how they had it set up. I don't know if you know, since you're on vacation, they did Clash instead of Control.
I heard that. I was trying to scroll through my phone because I was as I don't want to say we're tired of Destiny, but as much as we've been playing, it was nice to take a break. But then 3 or 4 days in, I was kind of feeling the urge to get back in. I was just scrolling through, and then Iron Banner came back last week, and I was kind of upset I didn't get to do it. And I was like, oh, it's Clash. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was. I think that in a game mode, Clash is a good game mode. It's it's a lot of fun if you're going to do it in regular Crucible, but when stuff's on the line and you have to win, I think there needs to be an objective just to pull the players to certain parts of the map, even if it's Rift or it has to be either Rift or Control because it needs to be 6v6.
Yeah.
So, or zone control would have been fine. I think that would have been cool to try that out, but they went with Clash, and I felt like a lot of people sat in the back with snipers.
Yeah.
And you could do that because you weren't forced to leave those areas of the map.
Yeah, to go capture a zone.
You could stay back there, and it's cool. I mean, because you could go to different parts of the map that you really can't in Control because you have to be so focused on B, but I didn't really care for it. I think it's good that they tried to change it up because I know a lot of the times we complain that they don't try new things.
Yeah.
So we can't be upset when they do. It just wasn't for me. I think next week they'll probably go, or not next week, but the next time it comes out, it'll probably be Control again. But so I that's pretty much what I've been doing. PvP. I do have to say the drop rate really, because they said that they were going to improve on that, and they really did.
Yeah, I saw people posting in the community group like, I've gotten like 10 iron chest pieces.
I got so many chest pieces. I got a couple machine guns. I actually didn't have a hand cannon drop to me, but I wasn't upset about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a couple machine guns dropped to me. The chest piece. I don't know what else they were selling. Gloves, I think they were selling. Gauntlets. I mean, so. But the armor isn't great compared, because now that I play Trials a lot of the armor that I'm getting from Trials is high 300s.
Yeah.
So, and then the raid gear's up there, but it was okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like we're at this part where we're ready for something new, even though like the Taken King has so much content, but at the rate that we play, we've already done most of it, and switching up a couple game modes isn't going to do it for us anymore, which, we have some questions about what Destiny needs to do to stay alive, quote unquote, whether it's new DLC or something like that. But like, I don't know, man. And like, we're going to move into talking about these new exotics, which I think is good, hunting for new exotics. But if they're just going to be drops, like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, part of, and you know what, let's just talk about that in the question, because I do have things that I want to say about that.
Yeah,
but,
I kind of do too.
We should probably just go into our main topic here first, and then we'll touch on those in the questions.
All right, we're going to go into our topic, which is Bungie's bringing a bunch of old exotics back from year one and a couple new ones for year two. Mm-hmm. We're going to go over the new ones first, and then we'll pick apart the ones that we like from year one that are coming back, just so we don't take up a lot of time on this. But Bungie has posted 15 different exotics to its Instagram so far, with 13 of them being upgraded versions of year one items. One of the two new exotics is ATS-8 Tarantula, a chest piece that is meant for Hunter's Blade Dancer subclass. It appears that it was briefly available in the Taken King already, but was pulled and is seeing a full rollout next month. And the other is the Twilight Garrison, a chest piece for the Titan.
Yeah, I think that's going to do something. A lot of people at first were saying that it was going to give them blink. I don't think that's true. I think it's just going to give them some sort of evade movement, because the last thing I want to deal with is now a Sunbreaker with Titan blink. With blink.
Yeah.
I don't think they're giving them blink. I hope not.
I think it's just an evade move.
Yeah, I think it's just like an evade, almost like the Night Stalker has that shadow step. It could be something like that. I hope it's not blink.
Yeah.
That would be awful. Or like if it is blink, it needs to be, I don't know, like it's restricted to like Striker Titan. I would be okay with Striker Titan, because that would be effective with that class, and it still wouldn't be like, it wouldn't OP, break the game. Sunbreaker with blink would just.
How are you excited for these, or are you disappointed that there's only two new exotics?
I thought that was odd that they left the Warlock out. Like, why wouldn't you do? Okay, we're gonna do three chess pieces the Warlock didn't get that didn't make sense to me.
I know, but doesn't the Warlock already have multiple chest pieces?
They do have more chest pieces than the other. I think the Titan.
Titan only has Alpha Lupe.
Yeah, but they're
as
getting
of right now.
They're getting a year 1 back.
Yeah, which is my favorite chest piece.
Which is
from year
one of the
one.
best chess pieces in the game. So, and I'm glad that they brought those back. The Hunter is getting, leg armor. So is the.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't announce, because the Warlock didn't have leg exotic in year 1.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do it now? They're bringing back almost all the leg armor for the. They're bringing back both leg armors for the Hunter, 1 for the Titan, and the Warlock still has 0.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they don't give the Warlock something.
Yeah. Especially to make that class more viable right now.
Well,
because it seems like
I have
everybody's
found-
either straying towards Hunter or Titan.
You know what? I thought I never said this, but I actually found a reason to play that class, and it's the Tlaloc. I love that weapon. It might be my favorite PvP gun in the game right now, and I can only use it on the Warlock.
Right.
So that's... I only went flawless once this weekend, and I did it with my Warlock, mostly because of that weapon.
Yeah.
So I love that gun, and I wish I could use it on every class.
I know.
But
and I'm working on that quest with my Warlock right now, actually, is to
it
get
is
that.
amazing. I mean, obviously, the way that I play it is I don't use it right away.
Right.
I'll use like Red Death or something else. Get my super,
Yeah.
and then I'll switch to it. And oh my goodness, that thing is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Joey, he uses that gun a lot, when he switches out. Because he usually uses Hawkmoon until he gets his super, and then he switches to that,
I usually go
missions
Red
and
Death,
stuff.
and then like my brother has always said how good it was, and I looked at its stats and I was like, oh okay, it doesn't look great, and it doesn't look great based on its stats. It's all about when you get the super and everything is just boosted on it.
Yeah.
Rate of fire, stability. I don't think damage gets increased, but the fact that how fast you can fire it and it doesn't kick, it's so good. So, and it's gonna be even better after they roll out the new weapon patch, because you don't have to worry about pulse rifles as much.
Right. Which kind of sucks for us because I've been using that Apple a lot.
I know. Well, we'll talk. Let's continue with some of the year 1 that they're bringing back. I don't know if there's any. Go ahead and just, if you want to list them all.
I mean, we'll list them all and we'll pick out the ones that we kind of like or prefer, and then like which ones we don't really understand why they're bringing back. But Bones of Ao for the Hunter. I know you use those boots to jump in the raid.
But that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're kind of cool to use in Crucible, because with that Hunter you can reach different parts of the map.
Yeah.
You don't expect to see a Hunter jump that many times. It's kind of cool, but I use it in the raid. I would use it in the raid.
Yeah.
And that's probably it. Radiant Dance Machines, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's PvP.
Yeah. Hard Light is coming back, the auto rifle. Archelophage Symbiote, which is a Hunter helmet.
Yeah, it gives you the 4 shots.
Yeah.
On the golden gun.
Right. Radiant Dance Machines. No Land Beyond. Apotheosis Veil. Peregrine Greaves. Super good advice, which I'm kind of excited about. Nothing Manacles. Plan C. Dragon's Breath. The Armamentarium.
I don't get that one.
The Armamentarium. And the Metamulte tool. I'm excited for the Armamentarium, which is the Titan chest piece.
I figured when I saw that you were like the first person. That, and then Parks, the guy that we also play with, I knew he loved that chest piece, so I knew he would be excited about that one. I didn't use it as much as other people. It's a very good chest piece, but I use different stuff. The one that I was most excited about is the multi-tool.
Yeah. I'm excited for that too.
I don't know how many times that when I was playing in year 2, and I was like, man, I really would, because they made scout rifles even better in PvP. I actually used the multi-tool in year 1.
Yeah.
A lot. When it wasn't even as great as it, and I did well with it. It's so good. It reminds me a lot of the Tlaloc. It just doesn't hit as hard. But you can fire it very fast, good stability, your radar stays up. These are all things that I like in PvP.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that I kind of was like, that might be my new go-to gun, at least with my Hunter and Titan, or until I get a super.
Yeah.
I think I will probably use that. Some weird ones. Dragon's Breath, I do not get. That is one of the worst rocket launchers in the game.
Somebody was telling me it could secretly be the best exotic coming if you use the astronaut helmet because of tracking. I was reading that.
You know what? I was reading that
when
online. I look at weapons,
but I don't really know a lot about that weapon, except that nobody used it in year one because it sucks.
Well, it didn't have tracking and it didn't have any sort of proximity detonation. What it did was when it blew up, it left those giant solar, you know, like the Warlock grenade that you throw and it leaves that giant solar. It left those. So against certain bosses that didn't move, it kind of worked because you could launch that, it would hit for damage, and then that would stay for damage. Whoever thought of that with the astronaut, the Takenaut, that would work, and that would actually be kind of sweet. But then again, there you go. You can only use it with that class.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that. I hate when like a weapon that I really enjoy using, like the Talalak, I can't switch it.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I could, but you can't.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really excited about the multi-tool coming back, because that's kind of a good replacement for that gun. And I loved it in year one. I'm so glad it's coming back. Dragon's Breath, not crazy about. Hard Light. I didn't understand why they were putting out a buff on the gun. You remember that? It was there's a buff coming out for the Hard Light, but there's not a year two.
Yeah.
That made no sense. So I kind of figured that gun would be coming into year two, but that didn't make sense. A lot of people are either going to love or not understand No Land Beyond. Isn't
that like a hardcore sniper rifle?
If I've played against guys who are lights out with that thing, and I've tried using it. I can get kills with it, but I'm not great with it. But so you're either you're really excited about that, or you're just like, whatever, I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
It's either for you or it's not. There's no in between.
Right.
Plan C could be good actually.
Yeah.
With what they're doing with fusion rifles and what they're doing to shotguns, Plan C could secretly be one of the ones I might be more excited about. All the armor pieces is kind of whatever. I know my brother always used Nothing Manacles.
Yeah.
That's the one with the Warlock. You throw the scatter grenade and it tracks.
Yeah.
They're pretty disgusting. I think it's for Void, really, only. I think Void has those grenades. So it gives you a reason to play Void Bomb or Void Walker. So that's kind of... I think everyone was wanting Gallahorn, but I don't think you're going to see that.
I don't want to see Gallahorn.
I don't think they'll ever bring that to year two or Icebreaker.
Yeah.
I don't think either of those you'll ever see. Multi-tool, that's the one that I wanted. I've been saying it for a while, so
yeah.
I got what I wanted. You got what you wanted.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of excited, a little bit excited for Hard Light, considering what they might do to auto rifles.
Yeah, I mean, Hard Light...
It sounds like they're doing auto rifles
when Taken King first came out and you jumped into Crucible, people were using it, and it was killing. Mm-hmm. That was until people unlocked the Taken King weapons, but it could be good. Like I said, you don't know until, and obviously you can try out these guns in just regular Crucible. It doesn't matter what your light is. So you can use these and you can kind of see, but if you play the Banner and Trials and you like those guns, now you can use them there, and that'd be cool. So multi-tool is so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for multi-tool because I like scout rifles a lot, and like I said, the chest piece and Hard Light, everything else is kind of just okay for me. I've never used super good advice, but I do like heavy machine guns.
I don't like it. Its stability is not very good. It's got a cool perk on it where when you miss shots, they have and it's not guaranteed, but it's a very good chance that it will return to your clip. So it works. It's more of a PvE machine gun. It doesn't work well in PvP because the stability is garbage. So, but it's, again, it's preference, but...
But it sounds like we're kind of getting a couple things that we liked from year one, and they're coming forward. That said, why some of these weapons and things are so exciting, especially for me, Hard Light, is the weapons update that's coming. I'm going to read this simplified paragraph from an article from Polygon real quick, and then we'll go into a little bit deeper after that. But Bungie's sandbox designer, John Wyszynski, outlined changes coming to Destiny's gun types. The changes are extensive, but some of the highlights include a boost in base damage for auto rifles, a decrease in base damage for pulse rifles, which sucks for us, improved accuracy for hand cannons when aiming down sights, and a long list of tweaks coming to shotguns. Explaining the changes to shotguns, Wyszynski writes that, quote, currently there are still weapon builds that can kill at surprisingly long range, albeit less reliability, end quote. The 6 exotic weapons that will see changes in Destiny's December update are the First Curse, Hawkmoon, Chaperone, Fabian Strategy, Black Spindle, and Sleeper Simulant. Yeah.
Well, I mean, first I want to talk about auto rifles. They tried to bring them back a little bit because year one, game first came out, they were the king. They were the best. Everyone was using them. Then they killed them. They were gone. Now they tried to bring them back, and you can use them, but if you're one-on-one against Pulse, which is what everyone's using anyways, you're gonna lose unless they miss more than half their shots. But so what they're doing is they're increasing like low rate of fire guns, like we'll just go Suros is a low rate of fire gun. That's getting like a 3% damage increase. The medium rate of fire guns, and this is where I think Supercell is getting like a 7% increase. And that gun's already pretty good. Like, you can use that in Crucible and be pretty successful.
Yeah.
That gun could be a go-to now. Because you know that this is what always happens. And this is my big issue with the way that they handle these weapon things. It's like, okay, before it was Thorn and Last Word. Well, let's get rid of those. Well, what do you think is going to happen? A new elite gun type is going to take its place.
Yeah.
It's always going to happen. I mean, now you have pulse rifles. Red Death, Nerwin's Mercy. That's what you're seeing. Reflection Sun, which is the Trials one. You're seeing that. Hawksaw.
Yeah.
You see a lot of Hawksaws. I mean, this is what always happens. So what they're trying to do again is balance it out so that you don't see one weapon type. But I mean, I think everyone's gonna gravitate to whatever works the best.
Yeah.
I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, this game is never going to be fully balanced how everybody wants it.
No, you're not going to jump into a game and it's like, well, every single person on my team is using a different gun.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And after they do this, it's going to be the same thing. Like maybe the Supercell. And I'm not saying that it's going to be because, we won't know until we try it. But, I mean, that's going to be a 7% increase in damage. And it's already does pretty decent damage for an assault rifle at the rate of fire that it is. That's more than medium rate of fire. But that's what they're classifying it as. Then they're saying like high rate of fire. We'll just use the Necrochasm as an example. The Trials assault rifle. Can't remember what it's called. I just got it and I can't remember. Anyways, it's all the way maxed out. That's getting a 4% increase. So those I mean, I'm just saying those could be good.
Yeah.
Pulse rifles are really taking a hit, and I've watched some stuff and I've heard some people comment that it might not be that big of a deal. I looked at a chart and I disagree because, for instance, let's just talk about the Hawksaw because that's one of the pulse rifles I see the most. They're going to change it so that it's going to take four burst shots to the body.
Yeah.
Complete won't kill you now with this new update. Now, it's going to take at least 3. You cannot kill in less than that. And that's if you land all headshots with every single burst with the Hawksaw. Good luck with that. That's still like it's going to take 3 bursts and it's going to take your last bullet on your last one to kill him. So like that's just kind of the stuff that they're changing. Before it wasn't like that. So the low rate of fires, they're still, 2-3 bursts, but I mean that's quite a hit. I think they're changing again the damage fall off. They're always messing with that stuff. So Scout rifles have a better chance now because now, I mean, you can still kill from pretty good distance away with a pulse rifle.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that today when I was playing some Crucible.
So a lot of them, like, they're the low rate of fire guns will say Spare Change, the Ludmilla, those are the lower fire rates. The Messenger was a year 1 equivalent. We'll just go with that one. 9% reduction damage. The medium rate of fire, the Hawksaws, No Time to Explain, Red Death, those are getting 8%. High rate of fires, Bad Juju, also getting 8% reduction. And then the highest, the Grasp of Malik, which is the pulse rifle you have to grind Omnigul for, that strike, which is a very good pulse rifle. That's taken only a 2% base reduction. I don't know if you've seen the impact on that gun. I don't even know how it's like this much. It's you can't even see how small it is. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like
maybe we won't notice it, but I think you will.
I think we will too. We always notice. Like I understand this game constantly needs balanced and tweaked and stuff, but sometimes...
Well, I've been saying for a long time, we're still in the beta. This is still beta.
Yeah, I think once, like, the real sequel to Destiny comes out, like, all this stuff will be fleshed out. It's all being... like,
I honestly think this is the beta.
We are QAing the game for them.
Yeah,
we're paying them to QA what, this game... Now, what this game should have been when it came out, and then, now... when everything fell through for Bungie, and now Destiny 2 is going to be like the real Destiny experience that not saying we aren't enjoying this game now, because we are. We've spent countless hours. I just hit the 600-hour mark, like, and I know you're well over.
I was gonna say 600 hours. That's cute.
I'm just saying, like, it's the game I've spent the most time with in probably 20 years.
I agree. Same here.
And but we're QAing.
Oh yeah.
The weapon tweaks.
We're paying them to test it.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is a lot of fun, and I'm not complaining. I do like it, but this is still basically a beta for them, and they're still trying to figure things out, and we're helping them do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, pulse rifles are taking a pretty big hit, and I don't know if they should be. They're good, but I don't think they're like, oh my goodness, these pulse rifles are just, they're killing me in 2 shots.
Yeah.
No. So, but they want the other weapons to be able to compete. So hand cannons, they're more, I think, just accuracy, aiming wise.
More accurate. Yeah.
Because they're not great right now. Like, those guns you need to get headshots with, because you can't fire as many bullets as quickly. So it's all about precision damage, but it's kind of hard to get precision shots with them for some reason. Like, year 1, I had no problem with, like, Hawkmoon and stuff. I was crushing headshots. I seem to have a hard time getting them now. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting shot at a lot more with pulse rifles. I'm not sure. So that's what they're doing there. The shotguns, we don't even have the time to talk about everything that they're doing to them. Basically, they're crushing the range again.
Yeah.
Which I partly agree with, because...
I mean,
if you get the right roll, some of those shotguns still shoot way too far.
Yeah, I mean, even... like today I was using shotguns in Crucible, and I was shooting people like way far on the other side of doors, and I was like killing them with the Chaperone.
Well, if you're using the Chaperone, that's different, because that's a single slug.
Yeah.
So you should be able to shoot that farther and more precise.
I wasn't even using that the whole time, though. I have whatever this stupid shotgun is from
Conspiracy Theory?
Dead Orbit. No, it's not Conspiracy Theory. It's something else, but...
Dead
I mean, I was still...
I don't know.
I was still crushing people with it.
But then, like, the other stuff that they're doing is just... they're slower ready stow times. I mean, I guess. But, like, that doesn't make sense. Because that should stay the same, because if we're both running, and when we come across each other, you wouldn't be able to pull out that shotgun quickly, and it's going to be close range. You've already nerfed the range.
Right.
So it's not like you're going to pull it out quickly and I'm going to shoot you, like, from way too far away. Like... that doesn't make sense. You're going to move slower reload speed, slower time down the sights.
I don't think you should move slower unless you have your heavy out.
I agree.
I think, like...
2 frames delay when firing out of sprint. I mean, these are just, like, they are crushing shotguns.
Yeah, it's sad. For sure. Like, I don't think you should be able to... I don't think you should run slower for having a shotgun out.
I agree.
That's dumb.
Then you should run slow. Oh, not that you're going to be running with a sniper out, but you should run slower with a fusion rifle then out too.
Yeah.
I mean, your secondary. So like, you should run your fastest with primary, then you shouldn't run as fast with your secondary, and then you should move even slower with heavy if that's how you want to do that. but I don't even think you should. No, you should just leave movement speed alone.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And like, I don't know.
That's what agility's for. If you want to move faster, you put your agility up, right?
Right.
So there's that. I don't know. I agree with the range, but all the other stuff I think is a little much. So I mean, they have people that test these out, so maybe it won't be that bad as it is in writing, but we will see. I am kind of excited about fusion rifles. I'm trying to think what they changed. The charge speed is going to be increased a little bit.
Thank God.
What else do they do? Reduction in carried ammo. I don't know. No one really cares about ammo on those. I think that's really it. They're just saying increased charge speed on fast charging fusion rifles. I thought I read somewhere that they were doing something with range too, but maybe not. Increased ADS and crouch stability. Reduced hip fire stability. Okay, I actually don't like that because I fire mine from the hip all the time. The Telesto, I never aim with those guns. So maybe they'll make it like if you aim, it'll fire better. I don't know. I would like to see them come back a little bit because they're fun. They are fun to use.
I really like Telesto. I was using it while I was hunting for calcified fragments.
Yeah,
today,
it's fun. It's not the best.
Just to use something different, and it was like it's fun to use in PvE, but
very much.
Yeah, but
they're not really doing anything with snipers. They're pretty much staying the same. There is something I would like them to do. Take aim assist off them.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the way over here. Like, snipers are the one weapon that I don't think should have aim assist.
They should. I don't understand why they have them. Like, you're supposed to be rewarded for, well, you can call it thumb skill or whatever the heck you want to call it, for being precise. That's what they are. So you shouldn't be able to aim here, where my finger is, and hit me in the head. You shouldn't be able to aim here and hit me in the head.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. Mm-hmm. And with the 1,000-yard stare, I don't know if the aim assist is on it, but I know like these snipers have high aim assist, and they need to either be lowered or taken out. Yeah. I've been using 1,000-yard stare. I get a lot of kills with it, and a lot of them are bullshit. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many shots I've taken. I'm like, that should not be a headshot.
I've gotten a lot of kills with it too, and I can tell you, like, I should not be getting kills like this because I am not a good sniper.
No,
and I've been getting headshots.
And that's part of the thing. Like, and I noticed it more in trials that like year one, there were a good amount of snipers, but now that's all anybody does, and it has something to do with the shotguns too. Is that they're not as good, but everybody snipes now. And it seems like people who shouldn't be able to snipe you are sniping you.
Yeah.
And guess what gun they're using? They're all using the same one, 1,000-yard stare. Mm-hmm. So they need to do something with the aim assist on those. I think they should just be gone. They shouldn't have that.
Yeah, I think it needs to be gone.
They're fixing the luck in the chamber that the Arene has. They're changing it so it has to be precision, which makes sense. That's what they did with the gosh, I used to use it all the time and I already forget. The old Iron Banner spear, Aphrodite's spear, where that one was precision damage. And you can kill with one body shot. You can do that right now with the Arene. They're going to change that. So the exotic weapons specifically, I'm just going to talk about certain ones like Hawkmoon. Decreasing the range, I think, is a bad idea. They're already not great.
Yeah. And
Hawkmoon, that was its thing. Like, it had great range for a hand cannon, so you could kind of go against pulse rifles. Mm-hmm. So they decreased it by 20. Not happy about that. I don't use Fabian strategy. I don't know anything about it. I don't even have it.
I don't have it either.
So that was the main one out of the weapons. Specifically, the Hawkmoon range decrease was upsetting.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, I think some of the changes are garbage. I agree with you. I think aim assist needs to be turned off, and I think that hand cannons still need to have a little bit of range.
I just think aim assist should be off on snipers.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I said that.
I think it doesn't bother me that it's on everything else. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But snipers, like, if it's a one-shot kill, you should be rewarded for being precise, not, well, the game's going to help me get this. I don't have to be precise. I can just, because a lot of people, what they do now is they'll just scroll their scope across the screen. Dragging is what the guys I play with call it. And they get a lot of kills that way. You just drag it across the screen, and you see somebody, you can pull the trigger, and more times than not, you're going to get that headshot.
Yeah. You want to move into questions?
Yeah, I think. I mean, that's not much else to talk about in the weapons.
Yeah. We got a lot of questions regarding
I
new
figured.
content for
Yeah.
Destiny.
I mean,
Which,
clearly people are already hungry for it.
yeah, clearly people are playing this game a lot more than I thought they would, because I think the Taken King has a ton of content. And I thought like they would have hinted at some sort of DLC by now, like even if it's for January or something. And I don't know if the challenge mode is going to be enough to keep people coming back for the raid, but we're just going to jump right into it. CodFanFF from Twitter asks, "Are you disappointed in the lack of DLC for Destiny?" I mean, there hasn't really been any since the Taken King came out. Really, it's just been minor mission updates. And
I mean, the Taken King hasn't been out that long.
no. Man, it's only been out for like, what, 3 months?
And it hasn't been out that long, and it's so easy to get leveled up now. Because this was the thing before that everyone hated, was the leveling up system. So like, you gave you more of a reason to play before to get that piece. So it kept you intrigued. Now they make it so easy to level up.
And Infusion makes it even easier.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And, like-
I don't want to say that they shot themselves in the foot, but like, people complain about things like
And once you
the
hit that
leveling up
310,
system, right?
once you hit that 310, all your exotics start dropping at 310.
Right.
And
then you can infuse that into your other stuff. Anyways, like, this is what people didn't like about it, was the leveling up system, and that was the thing before, is that it took weeks, months to get to your max level on all your characters, because you could only run that raid once.
yeah.
You either got that piece or you didn't, and it's not like that anymore.
I mean, we both hit level 40 on the first day. I know a lot of people we play with hit level 40. Like, if you stacked your bounties, you hit level 40 before you even left the tower.
Yep.
When Taken King came out.
Yeah.
And then, we started finding out we started learning about the infusion system, and we were raid ready, I mean, by that week.
We were
week.
raid ready by the time the raid came out.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's kind of how it is. Like, you guys wanted to be able to level up faster. Well, you got it, and now you're upset that now you don't have anything to do. Well, I mean, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Like, and then they also gave you the three of coins.
Yeah.
So not only was I already leveled up, I had almost all the exotics by the end of the first week.
Yeah.
So,
And in terms of DLC, I don't think regular regular Destiny players, not the hardcore, which we see in our group and who we play with, need DLC. But people who this is the only game that they play every night, I think, yeah, it's kind of disappointing they haven't rolled out something new. I don't know. Honestly, I'm stuck. I'm in the same boat as you. I leveled up really fast, and now I really don't have anything to do after I'm done with these missions that I'm working on. Like,
yeah.
I honestly don't have anything to do, and except raid every week, and maybe try trials on a weekend or something, and play Iron Banner when it comes around. So like, I'm craving something new. I want something new in this game.
Well, you're not. I mean, this was so much bigger of a DLC than the last two.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that people are already like, okay, I already need more, isn't a good sign for Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Because this giant Taken King isn't enough, apparently. To keep people intrigued.
Yeah, you should hear all these questions. We're pretty much answering all these questions at once. Lysandro asks, how do you think Destiny will, quote, stay alive without any new content? And will any of with all these games that came out recently, do you reckon it's dying? And then we go down here. Todd Oxtra, one of his questions is, do you think we'll see more mini raid type events in future DLC that's more than a strike but less than a raid? And then, there's a lot of questions. We got a ton of questions that I didn't put here dealing with DLC.
So, it's all centered on the same thing. It seems
Yeah.
like people are already tired of what they have out right now.
Yeah.
But it depends on if you're touching on everything Destiny has to offer, and I'm talking about everything: Trials, Banner, Nightfall, Hard Raid, Normal Raid. Like, there is enough stuff there to keep you intrigued. But if you're only doing like Normal Raid, like that's all that you either have time for, you can do is, okay, all I have time to do is Normal Raid. I can see why you'd be getting bored with it, but unfortunately, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you might need to try to expand and try these other game modes, or if you don't like the PvP part of Destiny, that's a major part of the game.
Yeah, that's a big part of their focus.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's 50%. So, I don't want to say that it's dying, but
it's not dying. It's just stuck. I think it's just stuck.
it is stuck. And, like, I didn't play World of Warcraft, so I don't know how that game has gone on for so long.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
No, I've never played World of Warcraft, but I have a lot of friends, through the community. I know Ray and Lee from Phoenix Overdrive play World of Warcraft, and Rebecca from there, and I know they've played World of Warcraft since it started, and I know Joey plays Final Fantasy 14.
I mean, did World of Warcraft come out with a new raid? They have raids in World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah. I mean, they just came out
every like 2 months.
No. It's like
I thought they were
years.
pretty spread out. So I don't know what is different about that game. I don't know if a part of the reason why I played so much in year one was that it was so I wanted every weapon, I wanted every exotic, and they didn't. But these exotics are just given to us.
Yeah.
Which is a big problem. Like, I feel like it was so easy to get every weapon in year two versus year one. Year one, it was difficult to collect every single piece of armor and every single gun.
Mm-hmm.
It was difficult, and it brought you back, and it made you raid. It made me run Atheon I don't know how many times.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't, because I wanted the Gallahorn.
I can't tell you.
First off, they didn't offer a weapon in year two like that.
Yeah.
Which is part of the problem. You need to make a gun that's amazing, not that's going to break the game, but that's just very good, and then make it difficult to obtain.
Yeah.
That'll keep people coming.
I think the closest thing we've had to that to this point has been Black Spindle.
I agree. And people get on
And
specifically to try to get Black Spindle.
Yeah. Like, that's the closest thing we've had to this gun is difficult to obtain. Go get it. But at the same time, if you beat that mission, you're guaranteed to get that weapon.
Yeah,
So,
at the same time, you're guaranteed. They probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't have liked that. But you know what? When a gun is that good, it shouldn't just be handed to you.
Yeah.
Which should have been a heads up on the Sleeper Simulant. Because I felt like that one was just handed to me. Like, all the exotics are just so easy to get.
Yeah.
I think that was their problem, is that they a reason to play these games is loot, is it not?
Yeah.
Do you not play these games to get better loot?
Yeah.
Because it's fun to get to play with the good weapons?
Yeah. And, like, I appreciate that Bungie did something different with exotics. I do. But at the same time, this isn't the route that they should have taken to give us these exotics.
I think, and I don't mean this is disrespectful, but I think the casual gamers destroyed Destiny for the hardcore gamers, the ones who played it all the time.
Yeah.
The casual gamers who complained about stuff made it too easy for the people that played all the time, and that's why this stuff feels dry to us now, because everything was so easy to get, because everyone who didn't play it as much as us, and I understand that there's reasons, and that people have other commitments, and that they can't. So I get that, but, like, the fact that they were so upset that, like, it took so long to get these great things in the game, they made it so easy that it's almost boring because it was too easy.
Yeah.
They made Destiny too easy.
Yeah. I agree. I 100% agree. And, like, I don't know. I can't tell you how many times, we ran Crota. How many times I ran Crota to get those boots to level up. I can't tell you how many times I was stuck at level 33 because I needed to, run Prison of Elders to get that etheric light to bump all my stuff up to.
But did it keep you coming back?
Yeah, it did.
Exactly.
It did. And like
that's my point is that
this
they
game,
made it too easy.
This game was built on the grind, and that grind, it's still there, but it's not as important as it was in year one. And that's kind of lost on everybody now.
If you started World of Warcraft and you just started with all the weapons, and like I said, I don't understand this game that great, so I know it's not I don't know how many weapons are in it, but this is hypothetical. You start the game and you have the best armor and you have the best guns, and it's just given to you. Do you think you're gonna play longer, or if then starting it with nothing and you have to get to that point and like getting over that mountain and getting whatever the best sword or whatever it is in that game, for us it was for me it was Galahorn in year one, and that kept me playing almost every day. But now I've actually started playing other games. Finally, I've started playing other games.
Yeah, I've started playing Tomb Raider. I've been playing a lot of Halo with friends. I've been, we're gonna go play some Battlefront after we raid tonight because.
Well, and you have to. That's the thing too, is there wasn't a lot of other good stuff out when Destiny was kind of in its prime.
Yeah.
These games, Battlefront, Fallout, like those games weren't out. They didn't have as much to compete with.
Yeah. And this is like the worst time for Destiny to be dry.
I mean, I don't want to call it dry. I know it's what everyone wants to call it. I don't want to call it dry, like. But that's just me. Like, I could play like Skyrim. I played over and over and over again, and that didn't feel dry to me. Like, I enjoyed the experience. I played it a bunch. Even though you beat it once, they only came out with DLC a few times for that. I know this is a different game and it's completely different, but I don't think it feels dry. It's just that it was we hit the peak of the mountain too fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why it feels dry. Because I don't need to run the raid. If I was sitting here knowing that, like, man, I can't get my light to 310 because I don't have boots, specific boots that I would be like, we need to end the show right now so I can go home and get them.
Yeah.
But I have everything. I got everything that you can get.
Yeah, like, I'm at 315. There's not much more I can do right now except run
thing, like, they're bringing back all these year one exotics. But I'm not gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to go to the kiosk and buy them.
I'll just buy them, and they'll be 280. Okay, and then
you infuse them.
Okay, I'll run strikes for a little bit and infuse them up to 300, 310.
So like, everything is just too easy to get.
Yeah,
that's what killed. I don't want to say killed. That's not right. But that's what makes it feel dry to certain people. I think is that.
Yeah, as excited as we were for that kiosk to go buy our exotics from year one, like. That kind of killed it too.
Well, I mean,
because like all the year one exotics, we can just go buy.
Are you talking more like weapons? Because I honestly didn't even buy that many weapons. That's how easy it was to get exotics in this game. I bought maybe 2, and the only reason I bought like truth and stuff like that was because I had too many legendary marks. I was maxed out on legendary marks, and I was like, I need to do something with them. So I would just buy like.
Yeah.
I have every armor piece that you can get right now for every character, all the year 2 exotics, all year 1s.
Yeah, I have all the Titan armor. I have almost all the Warlock armor.
Yeah, so
I'm just I don't know. And then the other, we should move on to the next set of questions because this is a big thing too that we should probably talk about. A lot of people are struggling to play other parts of this game too because they don't have enough friends or they have a certain time allotment. We have 3 questions on should there be matchmaking for raids and Nightfalls.
Oh yes, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't understand why they don't do it. I know that raids have a certain amount of like communication and everything, but you should be able to matchmake into a raid and if you get stuck with guys who aren't on a mic, back out.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that any different from me going on the forums?
Yeah.
And being like, hey, I need one. Someone sends me a friend request. that's basically matchmaking. I don't know anything about this person.
Yeah.
I don't know how good they are. I don't know if they have a mic. I don't know how old they are. I don't know how long they've been playing the game. I don't know any of that stuff. I just need somebody. I need a body. Okay? So you go to the forums, you pick them up. I don't know why they don't have it.
And if they don't have mics, like, they can still hear you through.
Well, I mean, like, Nightfall should just have matchmaking at this point.
Yeah,
there's just no question about it.
I was talking more specifically the raid.
The raid, see, that can go either way, because that is designed to have a, like, specific group. Like, communication is supposed to be important, strategy, all that stuff. So I get why they don't have it there. But at the same time, you know, you have a lot of people who you know, a lot of people play games and they play by themselves. I did that for many years, where I only played with like 2 or 3 other people, really, like a lot.
Yeah.
And if I wouldn't have changed my ways for Destiny, I would be screwed.
Yeah.
And so I do think that there should be an option to do it matchmaking. Like, what's the worst case scenario? They don't beat the raid?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like matchmaking, don't use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be forced to, like, because you could still go in with your fire team of 6, so those people are still happy.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't affect them. Heck, even if, like, they have their 5 core guys, they need one more.
Yeah.
Matchmake it. They bring in one extra guy who's just searching for a fire team.
Yeah. I think matchmaking needs to be everywhere. I'm sorry. I think it does. I think it needs to exist everywhere.
I think if it was, you know, again, that's something that they need to keep it alive.
Yeah.
If they had matchmaking, because I don't even really run the Nightfalls. I don't even feel the urge to, like, look for people on the forums anymore. That's how lazy I've gotten with it. But you know what? If there was matchmaking and I was sitting there and I didn't have anything to do, I would probably jump into a Nightfall.
Yeah.
If it matchmake for me.
Yeah. Like, we have friends of the show. Like, for example, Todd, calling you out. He's
calling you out, not me.
I mean, like, you know, he has a family, he has kids, he has, you know, an allotted amount of time that he can play games before he has to take care of family business, you know, and he hasn't finished the raid yet.
Yeah,
and
that's
like, if matchmaking was available,
he probably would have beaten it.
He could have beaten the raid.
times.
He could have gotten through. And, you know, I've tried to play with him a couple times, but, you know, I'm stuck at work. He's in a different time zone.
Yeah.
And when I get off work, his time is over. And, like, I feel bad that, like, we can't play together as much. But, you know, that's where matchmaking
would help.
Works.
It would benefit for, again, like, you wanted to, you know, do all these things for these. And I'm not trying to call Todd a casual gamer, but I'm just saying, you know, you wanted to do all these things for those guys that couldn't play as much. We'll just say that. But then you don't really want to help them out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, they need to have that matchmaking in there for those players who need it.
Mm-hmm.
That they can't, you know, that they know that they can only play for a certain amount of time. And I think that's why they're worried about matchmaking, is because it would be too easy to back out of a raid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why. Because it would be too easy.
Yeah, but if you hit a checkpoint and somebody, like, I don't know, there's got to be a way to, like, if you hit a checkpoint and someone backs out, like, you could just shove another player in there.
Well, I mean, and that happens in strikes. When people leave strikes, someone usually joins in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then, again, that's the problem, too, where if you want to run the full raid and you go to matchmake and it puts you at Oryx, maybe that, I mean, I'm trying to think, maybe that's their thinking, but maybe there should be an option to, like, okay, I want to do the raid, and then it should give you an option of where you want to matchmake from. I don't know if you can do that, but you should, like, okay, I want a fresh raid. Mm-hmm. Of course, then, you know, or I want
Oryx. It should store your checkpoints down, you know, like in a separate thing, you know, where you can choose like normal or hard raid. There should be like a third thing that says, here are the checkpoints you've hit. What matchmaking, where do you want to matchmake? Which checkpoint do you need to matchmake at? And that's where it should hit you.
Yeah, I mean, they could do something like that. I don't know, you know, how difficult that would be to get. I don't know.
I mean, they
about
match.
that kind of stuff.
I honestly think matchmaking for Crucible would be a lot harder than doing that.
Right. Well, I mean, but that's their issue. But, you know, I have that issue with, like, banners, of people dropping out of banner and everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to stop them from matchmaking banner.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I think they should have it, you know, because, like I said, worst case scenario, okay, those guys don't beat the raid because someone dropped out. At least they got to go into it and at least like do parts of it. Versus, well, we don't have a fire team, so we didn't even get to do it. Like, where's the harm? I mean, like, the people who are going in with a full fire team, they can still use the forums. Because, like, well, I could find a guy in the forums who says he's not going to back out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's an issue. It's a big issue.
I think they should just try it. You should be able to just do, like, a trial. A week trial. Like, a week-long trial. You try it out. If it doesn't work out, okay. Why, like, and I don't know, shouldn't they be testing this out? Well, you can't really test it with test groups.
Yeah.
You need to throw that out there. And if it doesn't work, take it away.
I mean, just do it for, I mean, we already talked about that this is pretty much a beta for what the next Destiny
So I'm
is
saying
going
this
to
is
be.
already a beta.
Like, let us try it out. And if it doesn't work, take it out of the next game. If it works, keep it in the next game. Like, what's the harm?
I think it would work.
What's the harm? I mean, Nightfalls, that shouldn't be an issue because you already do it with strikes. And Nightfall is just a harder strike. The raid, I mean, just throw it out there. Let us try it. Just let us try it out.
Yeah, because I don't...
And, like, give
don't
us
know.
an option for us, people like us, you know, that have our raid group to turn it off. If
Well, we
want.
wouldn't need to turn it off because we would already have our team
Yeah.
of 6. We'd be going
that's
in.
true,
it's,
too.
it's not going to matchmake for us. We already have 6 people.
Yeah.
So we don't even need to do that.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, there's some nights where we only have 4 of us. And we really want to raid, and it's like, you know, and we'll go on the forums, grab some random people, and how many times does that work out? Almost every time. So,
Our last question comes from Kyle Waite. Hashtag Team Nerd. Check him out on Twitch. Do you think Destiny will have an actual successor, a.k.a. Destiny 2, or do you think they'll take and adopt a more MMO-style approach such as World of Warcraft and start periodically releasing large named expansions, aka the Taken King?
I think they're going to actually have like a Destiny 2 game.
Yeah, I think they're going to have Destiny 2, but at that point, I think that's when Destiny becomes a platform. Like, I don't think they're going to have Destiny 3. I think that, like we said, this is the beta, and then Destiny 2 will be the game they want to fully realize, and then they'll just expand on from there.
Yes. Yeah, I think like this is, like I said, Destiny, this is just the whole thing's a trial right now, and love it or hate it, that's what this is. And then like you just said, Destiny 2 will be the game, and then they'll just probably keep that platform and then just release through that one.
Well, Brian, we have a new segment. We're going to move into that.
I'm excited about this new segment.
DNA Weekly Bounty.
The best bounty. You don't even have to go to the tower for this one.
Yeah, this is a cool thing that we've been talking about doing for a while, and we finally are able to do this. So the new segment to get the community more involved is DNA's Weekly Bounty. A lucky fan who completes this bounty will get a shout out as Guardian of the Week the following week, and will win a $10 PSN or Xbox Live gift card. We're going to mix up prizes in the future, but for now, that's the prize. Remember to specify which console you're on when you turn in your bounty through the DNA Destiny Fireteam Facebook group, or tweet at us at DNA Weekly Strike. This week's bounty is Crucible Bounty.
Of course.
We're going to alternate, between single player and multiplayer bounties. This one is Crucible Bounty. Just record your coolest and most stylish kill in Crucible.
The wackier, the better.
There's a lot of cool, not just ours, but I'm in a lot of like Destiny Facebook groups and on YouTube and stuff. There's a lot of cool kills. Like I saw someone jump off a Sparrow 360 and headshot someone. Like that was a cool.
I saw someone, I think someone posted this, where they were on Shores of Time, and he was on one side of the map, and he threw a void bomb up in the air, and it must have landed on the heavy on the other side of the map and killed the entire team. I'm not saying it has to be that extensive. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't pull that stuff off,
Yeah.
but that's the idea.
Yeah, so we want to see your coolest, most stylish kill.
It could be, a double snipe when 2 guys jumping, like stuff like that.
Yeah. The rules are, post your video in the Facebook group headline DNA Weekly Bounty, and then hashtag which console you're on, Xbox or PlayStation, or tweet it at us at DNA Weekly Strike with the hashtag DNA Weekly Bounty. And, you'll have a chance to win a $10 gift card to the platform of your choice, which is cool.
That is cool.
So,
very cool.
We're picking a Guardian of the Week this week to start this off because he's been an amazing community member and helped us a ton in raids. Adam McGill, Little Angel.
Oh, yeah. It's a good choice.
From Dad's Hideout. He's been an amazing community member. He's been really reliable member of our raid groups. Really awesome admin for our group. Thanks, Adam. We just wanted to give him a shout out and his group. If you're a gamer dad who wants to find friends in real life with real life gaming schedules and stuff, go to dadshideout.com. Also follow Adam on Facebook at Fallen Little Angel, all one word. We like to support our friends. I was talking to him earlier today. He's going to start streaming a lot of Destiny. He's going to help us out a little bit with some cool stuff. He's a cool guy. Go check out his stuff. Thanks, Adam, for helping us out on raids and stuff. And turn in those bounties, and we're going to raid them. We're going to watch them next week and figure out who wins. So make sure you get those up. It's cool. Cool new segment.
I hope to be impressed.
Yeah. Well, you're the Crucible King, so.
Yes. So.
Sorry, Brian, you can't win.
I wouldn't. I don't do stylish. I wouldn't even win this. I don't do cool stuff. I'm so boring, probably to watch. I'm so straight. Okay, he sniped another person. That's pretty much it. There's not a lot of style going on in my game. I would not win this.
No.
I wouldn't even be close.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Guess who I ran into in Disney World? Frank Clark. Good old
in the
Frank.
Facebook group?
Yeah. Dude, I was walking. It was weird because I knew he was going to be down there while we were there. And, we had kind of talked about meeting up or whatever. Dude, he's staying at the same hotel.
That's weird.
Walking to the food court in our hotel. And he was walking back rocking a Jade Rabbit t-shirt.
Fucking Jade Rabbit. All right. I mean, that's a cool story.
It was cool.
That is a cool story.
It was awesome. So, Guardians are real.
They're everywhere. Guardians are everywhere.
I know. And I saw a bunch
hiding
of people
in plain
with Destiny
sight.
shirts
Dude.
down there. And I took my Destiny bag down there just to carry our stuff in. And people were...
Gotta represent everywhere.
So, anyways, thanks for watching this week's episode of Weekly Strike. Remember to follow us on Twitter at DNA Weekly Strike. Join the DNA Community Fire Team on Facebook. A lot of cool people trying to just help each other out with missions and quests and stuff. So check it out. Look for all of our Destiny content. There's some cool stuff coming on digitalnerdadvocates.com/Destiny. Follow me on Twitter and all major gaming platforms at RogueSpartan4. And until next week, we're out.
Good hunting, Guardians.